Good evening. I'd like to welcome everybody to our council meeting tonight. I'd like to call the meeting to order. If you would, please stand. We'll go into our prayer, and right from the prayer, we'll go into the Pledge of Allegiance. Let us pray. Gracious and Heavenly Father, we honor your presence tonight. We just thank you so much for being here. We ask that you bless these proceedings, bless the men and women who've been lead to charge our city. We ask that you just bless our country on this 4th of July holiday. We also ask that you be with those who need your love and comfort and guidance. These things we ask. Amen. Amen. Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Higginbotham, call roll, please.
Councilman Roberts?
Here.
President Logan?
Here.
Councilman Hinton?
Here.
Councilman Davis?
Here.
Councilman Hogg?
Here.
You have a quorum, Mr. President.
Thank you. Item 4 is presentations. We have none on the agenda from the mayor's office. Item 5 is approval of our agenda.
Mr. President, I would like to make a motion that we amend the agenda under 8B. This would be resolution of a temporary nature 8B5 and 8B6 to add the selection of the Director of Finance and the Director of Planning.
All right, thank you. Let the record show Councilman Hinton has made a motion to approve the agenda with the addition of Resolution 8B5, 8B6. That's the selection of Finance Director and selection of Planning Director to the agenda. That's in the form of a motion from Councilman Hinton. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Davis. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. Higginbotham.
Councilman Hinton?
Yes.
Councilman Davis?
Yes.
Councilman Roberts?
Yes.
President Logan?
Yes.
Councilman Hogg?
Yes.
Motion carries.
7A1 unfinished business. It's a second reading of a permanent resolution accepting the declaration of covenants pertaining to property located at the northwest corner of Rose Boulevard and Wildcat Drive. Mr. Davis.
Yes, almost 2 years ago, Mr. Lunsford addressed the council requesting that his development next to Fire Station Number 4 be allowed to have a sloped, behind it next to the fire station on city property rather than a retaining wall. There were certain requirements placed on this by the city council at that time, primarily due to liability issues. That's been addressed. Engineering's addressed, Mr. Lunsford's engineers has addressed the drainage issues. And the thing we're waiting on is landscaping, and I think that's just been addressed, or is in the process of being addressed. So it's ready for a vote if that's the pleasure of the council.
All right, thank you. Is there a motion to adopt that permanent resolution accepting those covenants made by Mr. Bill Lunsford's Construction and Development?
I believe there was an open question as some of us have not seen it. Councilman Davis, since I believe you were involved with it.
Yes, sir. It's good to go.
It is.
All right, let the record show Councilman Davis has also verified that he is satisfied with the landscaping requirements. And I guess with that being said, is there a motion to adopt that permanent resolution?
I'll make that motion.
That's a motion by Councilman Roberts. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Hinton. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. Higginbotham.
Councilman Roberts?
Yes.
Councilman Hinton?
Yes.
President Logan?
Yes.
Councilman Davis?
Yes.
Councilman Hogg?
I'm going to abstain since I have not seen it.
All right, motion carries.
Thank you. New business. 8A1, they are first readings. We have 4 of them, and we'll go through individually. They are first readings of ordinances ordering the demolition of unsafe structures located at 1904 15th Avenue. Ms. Ram.
Yes, sir. The Planning Department requests that a first reading be held on the ordering of the demolition of the structure at 1904 15th Avenue. Do you want me to go ahead and go through all of them at the same time, or do you want to do them individually?
We'll do it individually, just
Okay.
for the record.
Proper notification has been given, and the Building Inspection Department has done their inspections, and we do request this for a first reading tonight.
All right, thank you. I will offer that one for a first reading. Second item is a first reading of an ordinance ordering the demolition of an unsafe structure located at 1010 Bridge Avenue. Ms. Ram.
Yes, sir. This structure at 1010 Bridge Avenue has been already demolished. We do request that the council go ahead with the first reading so that we can do a final inspection and make sure that all of the structures, the slab and everything has been taken care of.
Thank you. I'll make I'll offer that for a first reading. Item 3 is a first reading of an ordinance ordering the demolition of an unsafe structure located at 1905 Hudson Bay Drive. Ms. Ram.
Same procedure here. We do request for a first reading for that demolition. This property owner has already stated to the building inspectors that they will request a 90-day extension, and that would be at the next council meeting when you have your second reading.
All right, thank you. Is there a member of council wanted to offer that for a first reading?
I'll offer that up for first reading.
That's offered up by Councilman Davis. Fourth item is a first reading of an ordinance ordering the demolition of an unsafe structure located at 1005 15th Court. Ms. Ram.
Yes, sir. Same procedure. We do request the first reading, and this has been inspected and proper notification has been given.
All right, thank you. I will offer that for a first reading. 8B1 is a resolution declaring certain items as surplus and authorizing their proper disposal. Ms. Starnes, this is a battery jumper box, has reached its useful life, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll make a motion to approve that resolution. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Davis. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. Higginbotham.
President Logan,
Yes.
Councilman Davis,
Yes.
Councilman Roberts,
Yes.
Councilman Hinton,
Yes.
Councilman Hogg.
Yes.
Motion carries.
8B2 is a resolution authorizing our city administrator's office to apply zoning variances for our downtown streetscape and sidewalk project. Mr. Higginbotham.
Yes, sir. This pertains to the currently under design downtown streetscape and sidewalk project. The city of Northport, just like a citizen or anybody else, when working on a project, if we do think we want to work outside the original ordinances, we do have to go through the CBA process. This would allow us to move forward with that. It mainly pertains, as I was telling you, to the actual footprint of the street itself and the sidewalks behind it. By doing this, we will also allow our engineer, who is TTL, to be our agent through this process.
All right, thank you. Is there a motion to adopt that resolution?
I'll make that motion.
That's a motion by Councilman Roberts. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Hogg. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. Higginbotham.
Councilman Roberts,
Yes.
Councilman Hogg,
Yes.
President Logan,
Yes.
Councilman Hinton,
Yes.
Councilman Davis.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Third item is a resolution authorizing settlement of 84 lumber litigation. Mr. Davis.
Yes, Mr. President, this is an agreement to settle 5 different lawsuits, dismiss them involving the City of Tuscaloosa, the County Tax Board, and the City of Northport with 84 lumber. Our portion of the settlement agreement is to return $51,200 in sales tax overpayments to 84 lumber.
All right, just so we can clarify for the public, just in case they may have a question, you basically had 3, maybe 4 entities, which you had 84 lumber paying by zip code as opposed to point of sale location, right?
That is correct.
And in the process of that, they actually either overpaid or underpaid and had to go back and then pay that entity again. So that's kind of where the confusion happens. So that happens in 2007. Everybody had to figure out what went where and who owed what.
That's correct.
Okay. All right.
They've also, as part of this settlement, agreed to start keeping up with the correct taxing jurisdiction. They're not going to use the zip code anymore. They're going to use a program to certainly pay the right entity the right amount.
All right. Is there a motion to adopt that resolution approving the settlement of 5 cases with 84 lumber in the amount of $51,200?
Just for clarification, we have accrued $30,000 at this point in anticipation of this.
That's correct.
I'll make that motion.
That's a motion by Councilman Roberts. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Hinton. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. Higginbotham.
Councilman Roberts,
Yes.
Councilman Hinton,
Yes.
President Logan,
Yes.
Councilman Davis,
Yes.
Councilman Hogg.
Yes.
Motion carries.
8B4 is a resolution awarding bid for emergency clear well roof repairs at our water treatment plant. Mr. Webb.
Yes, during a yearly inspection, they identified some issues with some joints in our clear well. We did a temporary repair, and this will be a permanent repair as required. They have a September 1 deadline, and this is enter to get a contractor to provide the services and be done before then.
All right, thank you. Is there a motion to declare this as an emergency, approve the resolution awarding for the bid and the joints in the clear well roof at the water treatment plant for the Industrial Coatings Group Incorporated in the amount of $51,000,
And this will also authorize our city administrator to execute the necessary documents and requisitions needed to proceed with the repairs. Excuse me. I'll make that in the form of a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Hogg. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. Higginbotham.
President Logan,
Yes.
Councilman Hogg,
Yes.
Councilman Roberts,
Yes.
Councilman Hinton,
Yes.
Councilman Davis.
Yes.
Motion carries.
This was an added item at the beginning of the agenda. 8B5 is a resolution appointing finance director.
Mr. President, I make a motion that we employ Darren McGee as the Director of Finance and that we grant authority to Mr. Higginbotham, our city administrator, to negotiate an employment agreement with him.
All right, that's a motion to appoint Mr. Darren McGee to the position of finance and authorize our city administrator's office to negotiate start times and salary and things of that nature. So that's in the form of a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Davis. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. Higginbotham.
Councilman Hinton,
Yes.
Councilman Davis,
Yes.
Councilman Roberts,
Yes.
Councilman Logan,
Yes.
Councilman Hogg.
Yes.
Motion carries.
8B6 is a resolution appointing planning director.
Mr. President, I'd like to propose a resolution authorize city administrator to enter into negotiations with Mr. Frank Burrow for the position of planning director.
All right, that's in the form of a motion for Mr. Frank Burrow. That's coming from Councilman Roberts. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Hinton. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. Higginbotham.
Councilman Roberts,
Yes.
Councilman Hinton,
Yes.
President Logan,
Abstain.
Councilman Davis,
Yes.
Councilman Hogg.
Due to the death of my grandfather, I was not here for the interview, so I would have to abstain from this vote. But I will say that working with Ms. Ram over the past few months has been a pleasure, and based on her body of work, I personally would have liked to see her be able to continue in this opportunity. But nonetheless, I was not here for the interview, so I will vote to abstain.
President, the motion carries.
All right, thank you. Item C is consent agenda. We have 13 items. They range from minutes of the previous meeting, bill listings, travel and training, and of course, PO requisitions for our water and wastewater treatment plants respectfully. Is there a motion to approve that consent agenda as printed?
Motion to approve.
That's a motion by Councilman Hogg. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Roberts. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. Higginbotham.
Councilman Hogg,
Yes.
Councilman Roberts,
Yes.
President Logan,
Yes.
Councilman Hinton,
Yes.
Councilman Davis.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Item 9, reports of special committees to council. If any member of council or the mayor's office had a report from their respective committee.
From the retail committee, I don't know if anybody's seen, but the Aldi starting to go up pretty nicely. So if you have not been by, please ride by and take a look. Also, there was some developments this past week where Waffle House is going to put a new location on Rose Boulevard across from Jalapenos and the credit union next to the Dollar General area there. So that's a good addition for the northern area. Gives them another place to eat and take their family to. So that's from the retail committee.
I'm sorry, adding to that, Councilman Hogg, I wanted to also add that we are working on some very preliminary bones, if you will, for maybe a facade improvement program. I think Councilman Hogg and I were kind of discussing this, and I think it may be where that the council and mayor may want to take a look at what other cities are doing in terms of facade improvements to maybe help out existing businesses. I know it may be something that some things we can do, some things we can't, but it may be to where we get a good ordinance where we can help Lurleen and 82 respectfully. So that may be maybe the next 30 to 40 days we may have something for council.
I'll be meeting with the mayor and the rest of the committee staff over the next few weeks, and I know the mayor has a lot of ideas that she wants to see done with that too. So looking forward to seeing if that can come to fruition or not.
All right. Any further business under committees?
I think under the admin committee, today is July 1st, which is the effective date of the new employee handbook, and that went out today and is effective today, July 1st.
All right. Any further business? All right, item 10 is public hearings. We have none on the agenda. Item 11, city administrator's business, Mr. Higginbotham.
Yes, sir. I have a couple of items I would like to discuss under my business. One, you mentioned the Aldi development. As you're aware, we do have a sanitary sewer project that is currently bidding and is expected to let on Wednesday, July 3rd. This is the project that will serve that development. One of the things with projects like this is that the main thing that is controlling the time is the ordering of the materials, mainly the control panel and pump and things of that nature. The sooner we get that order process going, the more time we save in what we're doing. I guess what I'm doing tonight is requesting that you consider allowing me some authority to grant permission to the certified low bidder to go ahead and put the materials on order on Wednesday afternoon once the bids are open and they're truly certified. By doing this would save about 3 weeks. They just need something, if we're going to ask them to do that, that at least gives them a little comfort in moving forward with that. Then you would turn around at a point at a later date and you would actually award a job to a bidder. But this would give the ability to order the lowest bidder the ability to go ahead and put in an order for that control panel and pump.
All right. Ron, do we want to make that in the form of a motion? All right. I will make a motion to grant the city administrator's office the ability to, well, in anticipation of the job letting on July 3rd, to grant the city administrator the ability to pre-order supplies and materials and appurtenances needed for this sewer work in regards to Aldi, and also grant the city administrator's office the ability to come back to the council so we can formally approve the actual low bidder. That's in the form of a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Hogg. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. Higginbotham.
President Logan,
Yes.
Councilman Hogg,
Yes.
Councilman Roberts,
Yes.
Councilman Hinton,
Yes.
Councilman Davis.
Yes.
Motion carries. Mr. President, I have one other item I would like to bring up tonight, and I think it's probably important to revisit this because it does concern our fire chief. And I know last year it was kind of a public situation where I, on behalf of the city, investigated some complaints, and some of these did involve the fire chief. And I'd say there was a significant amount of time that was spent investigating these complaints. And I guess as an update to you, I would like to go ahead and state that the investigation, through that process of the investigation, it was determined that there were no findings of any wrongdoings by Chief Marshall. I would also like to say the city supports Chief Marshall, and we support our fire department, of course, and we will continue to support Chief Marshall in this department any way we can to make this the best program we possibly can. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Any further business? Bruce, you got it? All right. Thank you. Item 12 is departmental business. We have one department that's legal. Ron, we have a legal claim 19-38.
Yes, sir. This is for a tree that in the city right of way in Bellwood, and the rain had saturated the soil. The heavy wind blew the tree over, hit the home. The homeowner's taking care of that with his homeowner's insurance, but the part of the right of way in the drive, it destroyed the driveway. It's going to be repoured. Brooke has worked with the contractor, with the insurance company, and agreed that our portion for that would be $1,500. That way it can be poured by one company rather than having two different companies, having the city go out and try to do part of it. So our recommendation is that the owner be paid $1,500 for the repair of the driveway that's in the portion of his driveway that's in the right of way, and he's agreeable to that. He's been very easy to work with.
All right, thank you. Is there a motion to approve the claim 19-38 in the amount of $1,500?
I'll make that motion.
That's a motion by Councilman Davis. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Hinton. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. Higginbotham.
Councilman Davis,
Yes.
Councilman Hinton,
Yes.
Councilman Roberts,
Yes.
President Logan,
Yes.
Councilman Hogg.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Item 13 is public comment. We have 4 citizens signed to speak. Our first citizen is Mr. Stephen Schwab. Good evening, Mr. Schwab.
Good evening.
Please state your name and address for the record.
Stephen Schwab, 2520 Fifth Street. The time has come to build a bicycle bridge over the Black Warrior River that is also pedestrian friendly. Whether we build a separate bridge or we install a bridge span under Lurleen Wallace, there is no doubt in my mind that such a structure would create excitement and stimulate growth. It would foster new ties between 2 urban communities that are inextricably linked to each other. We need to think more about our urban future, and one way to do that is to utilize the scenic beauty of our river. Tuscaloosa and Northport are both poised to attract more business, but the time to build such a bridge is now. If the moment passes, it may not come again. Now, I hold in my hands a statewide bicycle and pedestrian plan for Alabama that was prepared in 2017 by Gresham, Smith, and partners for the Alabama Department of Transportation. I'm certainly not going to read the whole thing, but let me just reference the executive summary. It starts off by saying that walking and bicycling are important elements of every transportation system, allowing people of all ages and abilities to access everyday needs, including work, education, healthcare, and shopping. And providing safe bicycle and pedestrian facilities is the overriding focus of the statewide plan and underpins its recommendations. Further, while walking and bicycling are considered leisure activities for many people, there are many others who rely on walking and bicycling for everyday transportation needs. There are many people in the state of Alabama who may lack access to a motor vehicle or who are unable to drive a motor vehicle. By age of person, approximately 40% of the state's population is unable to drive or at an age where driving may be a less desirable option. 39% of households in Alabama do not have a vehicle or only have one vehicle available. I'm going to meet with the Chamber of Commerce. I also intend to meet with the City Council of Tuscaloosa on this matter. I would urge you to give this subject your most serious consideration. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Schwab. Second citizen signed up to speak is Mr. Lee Boozer. Good to see you. Councilman?
Good position to be in, by the way.
On the other side of the mic, is that what you're saying?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Come to you today. First, I want to applaud the admin committee and Mr. Roberts for completing the handbook. I had the pleasure of working with the committee for several hours on that project, and I know how much work has gone into getting that process done. And I applaud. It was hard for me not to start clapping back there in the back when you.
I didn't complete it. All I did was ran herd on it.
Well, that's all I was doing.
The
but
credit
it was,
belongs to the staff, Bruce, and everybody else that touched that document.
exactly, and I'm just glad to see it completed because I know what a monumental task it was to do that. I'm here tonight for a couple of reasons. You probably don't know about, but there's been a scholarship that's an endowed scholarship called the Coach Jack Cook Scholarship. I've been part of the committee that's been working on that. We've had several meetings. We've had several get-togethers. We had a great time a few weeks ago with the class of '79, and discussing this with them. We have raised at this time about $3,800. It will be endowed at 25,000. We have like